Hello everyone, welcome to External Star Channel. My name is Marek and today I will be unboxing Bentley State Limousine, and it came in this very huge, very big box. And actually this is an anniversary video because we have 5,000 subscribers already, and this is also to celebrate with a very special, unique and rare model. So first let me here do this cut on the top. I don't want to destroy anything, and as you can see it says fragile and it came from Portugal. This is the only place where I found it actually, so it was very difficult to find this model. I saw a few of them on eBay, and actually the price was like $400 or even $600, and then I found this one for a little bit less than 400, brand new in Portugal. So still this is a super rare model, and wow. So I will show you how this is packed. Very interesting. So there are many like boxes, small boxes. I don't know what this is. And yeah, there's an invoice. Okay, very nice. I will keep it. Again, I don't know if to unpack this. Probably this is just to fill in the big box. Okay, so a lot of paper, and I will now remove what is inside. Okay, so I'll just place the camera back here on the floor, and I will take it out. Oh, it's so heavy. It's so super heavy. I'm sorry. So everything else aside, and we will just keep this one very special box on the table. Cool. This is so cool, and probably I don't know if to keep this. Maybe one day if I want to sell it, I should keep this. Maybe not. And look at that, we have a number there. Nothing else, there is just this number. 100-3097, 2 zeros. I don't know what this stands for. I have absolutely no idea. Okay, and if I check it from here, it says Bentley State Limousine 1-18, and that's basically it. So what I will do is that I will probably remove this because it's in terrible shape. Look here, it's already a little bit rusty here. You see this piece here, a little bit of rust, and here also dusty and a little bit, it was probably lying somewhere in a storage for many years, and now finally when I found it, they sold it to me, and I have this very special opportunity to unbox this one very special model. And here it's slightly damaged, so I already see that there is minor damage on the box, and aside from that it looks like there is no other damage to the box. Okay, so let me finally put it out. Oh wow, that's already getting better and better. So here it says Bentley State Limousine and the Bentley logo, quite nice, amazing, and there is nothing else, really nothing else to see there. And this is the reason why now I will take my gloves on, and with the gloves on I will now do this unboxing of the most expensive model in my collection. Okay. Alright, so what is inside? Look at that, how big this actually is. It's so large, so big, so long, but it's also damaged. Oh god, oh my god, look here. This glass here is a little bit broken. Yeah, can you see that? It's a bit broken, which is really unfortunate. And what can I do about it? It could be damaged by the post, you never know. And other than that, it looks brand new, but this is already visible here, and for such an expensive model you don't want this to happen. Okay, so maybe I will contact the seller and ask him for a refund or a discount, because this is just not what I expected. Alright, so let me first just remove this, and something is actually still here. I will try to open it and see what is there. So what is this? What is it for? Okay, so that's probably the cover, which should be put then here, and it will also cover the broken glass a little bit, okay, which is the advantage. So nobody will see the broken glass, since it will be covered by these two pieces here. But I still know about it, and it's a little bit bothering me, because if you pay something like $400 and then you receive this broken glass on this super rare and unique model, then you are disappointed, because it's not in a perfect shape. And as you already know, I like everything to be in a very perfect shape. Okay, so I don't know if I can directly remove it. No, probably not. So let me also show you here in the box what is there. Okay, so there are some pictures, Bentley State Limousine, and the whole story, so you can pause the video and read it if you want. This was actually used by the Queen, and there are only 2 of these manufactured by Bentley back in 2002. I don't know how many models though were produced by, and this is probably Mini Champs. Sorry, I just forget. Yeah, it should be Mini Champs. And maybe the thing that I want to do now is to completely remove the car out of the box and see how it looks like. Yes, and I need to do it in order to do a complete review, so I need to be very careful. And obviously there are 4 screws, so I will need to use my screwdriver, and I will now pause the video, remove all the screws, and then I'll be back. Okay, here we go. Let me just turn the box a little bit. Now when all the screws are gone, I can finally take this out and very carefully turn it and place it here. Okay, I will also remove this box so I have more space for my review. Everything is actually pretty heavy, including the box, including the car. The car is pretty heavy. Yeah, it's also because it's so big. Usually the bigger the heavier. Okay, so here we go, that's the car, and yeah, it's very long, and I will start very much here with the front part, with the rear lights, and I will review part by part. So let me first start with this front grille. That's my favorite part, and here it's nicely perforated, so really it's reflecting reality, and the chrome parts are really nice. Yeah, it's nice and shiny. Here you can see the Bentley logo, and here that's the statue. I don't know exactly, it's like a flying bee or something. I don't know exactly what this should look like, but it looks like a flying bee for Bentley. And then we have the front lights, the headlights here. There are actually 6 of them. These are the side lights, and then we have those main 4. I think they are very nicely done. They are quite transparent. There is nice depth, and it's very much like in reality. So I like it. That's very nicely done. And also here you have those, like I would say, another air intakes, and they are also very nicely done. Okay, so that's a very nice front of the car, especially because we have this statue here. I'm not sure if this should be that high here, you know, this like pile here, or I don't know what this is like, but usually there is only this part, and here we have this extra part to make it even higher. And then the wheels, and you see that the wheels are pretty nice, and we are not able to see the brake calipers, we are not able even to see the brakes, we only see the wheels. And also this is quite nice rubber, it's very good imitation of rubber, and it's actually probably not plastic, it could be even rubber. And then we have here a small light on the side, and then there is actually this red line which is there, probably that's a sticker or something like that. I don't want to scratch it, but yeah, it's a little bit 3D. And then there is also a small logo here of the royal family, and there is another Bentley logo here. Okay, so that's basically the side, and all the parts are nicely in line, so there are no big gaps. For example, here between the doors and the rest of the chassis there is no huge gap, which is great. And yeah, also the chrome parts are nicely attached. Only here, oh, I see another, let's say, mistake or damage. See here, it should be like this, okay? But this is nothing serious because I can easily glue it in and it will be like new and nobody will ever recognize. But this is another small damage to the car. Okay, so now let's see the rear part. And here, very nice Bentley logo here, very nicely done with a B inside. And then there is this handle, and let me just open it now and see what is inside. There is actually some equipment out there, or in there. What is this? I don't know. There's just a small place here, and we can put probably cigars there or something. I don't know. Maybe the queen is not smoking cigars, so I don't know what this is for. And there is also this fire extinguisher, and I'm not sure if you can see it on this slide. Yeah, right now there's this fire extinguisher, there is a huge umbrella, and there is another box here and something here which I don't know what it is. I have no idea. Okay, so there is some equipment in there which is quite nice. And now when I close it, I also want to show you these rear lights, and they are very nicely done again. So there are two colors, overall it's red, and here we have this nice white stripe, and there are actually three lights inside of the big light, so very beautiful. And here I don't know what is this, probably the holder of the antenna, and maybe there is something missing here because there is a hole, you see that, and probably something should be inside. So I will again search in the box if there was something else, maybe this antenna, and then I will try to put it back. Okay, so that's basically the car, and now I want to see also what is under the hood, so the engine, and I don't know how to open it exactly, so bear with me, and I will try, for example, this. No, it cannot be opened like that, so this. It's holding up, and now I will review the engine. Wow, it's surprisingly well done. Surprisingly, because we see all the wires here, we see all the containers, all the boxes, the battery, also the engine is done in a different color. We see all the details actually, and here this is the ventilator. It's not so visible, but maybe from here, this ventilator. It's unfortunately, it's probably not spinning, but who would expect that? Okay, and overall I would say this is very nicely done. And actually on the engine there's a sign, now you can see it, Bentley Muliner. I don't know if anybody knows what that means. It was probably a different car in the year 2002, and this engine is the same, like from this another Bentley. And I'm not such an expert regarding Bentley cars back in 2002, so obviously this car was based on another model, and as I said, only 2 of these were made. Okay, so very nice. And I will just also open here the doors. And I must be very careful. Okay, so we have the suicide doors here, because the rear doors are being opened in the opposite direction, so-called suicide doors. And now what is inside? So let me first review the inside of the door. So there is imitation of wood here on the top. Yeah, it looks only like a sticker, which is oh, look at that. I would expect a little bit better quality, but here maybe you can see here that this sticker is already peeling off a little bit. Yeah, which is very, oh god, this quality. Minus points, definitely minus points, because the quality here is very bad. And then there is nothing here. There is no storage area for anything, and maybe I would expect also more details inside. It's just flat and nothing there, nothing there. Only this handle here, and this is also broken. Look at that. This is broken, but this can be glued in, and I can repair that easily. So this is a third part which is already damaged. And then the front part. In here you can see that this is the steering wheel is on the right side, so nothing visible here. Only the same interior parts, like here and the sticker, imitation of wood, and fortunately there are more details here. At least there is some container for a bottle of whiskey or whatever. Okay, so let me also check from the other side, because I want to see the steering wheel and how this is done. So slowly opening. And by the way, there is a carpet everywhere here, a blue nice carpet, which looks pretty nice. And also the rear seats, or the second row of seats, there is a lot of space. Of course, this is a state limousine, so yeah, there is a lot of space inside, but actually the seats, they don't look like natural. You know, maybe they are from leather in reality, but here it's so plastic and without any details. It's just one big gray part, and it's like, yeah, seriously, this is only one plastic part, the whole interior, the whole rear part, and this is something that I don't like so much, and I would expect something more for this kind of money that I paid. And then we have here a few more details, so you can see here the air conditioning, and probably here that's the clock, isn't it? And that's probably it. There is nothing else to be reviewed apart maybe in the front. And then the steering wheel with all the clocks and gauges. So here the steering wheel with a few buttons on it, and also this seat here, the driver's seat, has a few buttons there, which is quite nice. And I think the whole seat, it cannot be moved. No, it cannot. And then I would say here all those details are pretty nice. This is well done, and here it's 100% copy of reality, so very nice. You can almost see here the numbers and this is very detailed. Yeah, so the steering wheel, and here everything around it, and also here the pedals, the brake and the gas. This is nice. Also the front door, and here again some chrome parts. When this is blue, this is nice. So in the front this is well done. In the back, however, maybe this could be a better imitation of leather. Also here there are no details. It's very basic. This is almost like a toy. This is not a model for $400 US, and this is something that I don't like. And now, okay, so the steering wheel is connected or attached to the front wheels, and we can see that it can be turned around, like, I don't know, 30 degrees, 25 degrees, something like that. It's just my opinion, but yeah, something like 20 degrees. Okay, so that's now the model itself, and sometimes I'm also checking if everything is working like that. So wheels are turning, and if I close everything, I also want to check if there is some kind of suspension in place. Okay, so in the rear there is suspension and it's working. Okay, perfect. And in the front, very difficult, but yes, I can confirm it's also working. So this is good. And maybe you also want to see it here. It says Bentley State Limousine and made in China. I would expect 1 to 18. You can see the 2 exhausts and few minor details. Yeah, that's quite nice, and honestly you don't need all the details here. Okay, so this is the Bentley. And now I think it is time to compare it with my favorite car, and this is the Rolls-Royce Phantom. So we see those two cars, it's ultra luxurious limousines, and actually this one is even more luxurious and more rare because only 2 of them were created. And wow, this one is much more heavier than this one. Okay, so yeah, this really feels more heavy. And if I just put them side by side, this one is also a little bit larger. Okay, so this is like even a little bit longer, like this part is a little bit longer here. And maybe let's check from the top. Okay, so you see here how much longer this one is, and other than that it's also a little bit higher or taller. Yeah, because you see here this whole part, this third window, and this is something extra because, for example, the Phantom, it has only like 2 windows, and this one has a third window, and actually this whole middle section is like this long, which is incredible. In terms of details, of course, both cars are super top class, and it's actually also quite visible here which car is like wider. And you see here, for example, this here it's quite narrow, and here it's super wide, and you know, this is almost like a minibus or something like that. And yeah, I really love both of them. Wow, it's very heavy. And when we check again the front part, both of them actually they have perforated grille, and they both have this very nice statue in the front. So here you see both of them, and I will just put them side by side so that you can really see and enjoy all those details. So I will also put the camera a little bit like here so that you can really see that and enjoy that, because this is incredible. Look at that. Here the statue is very tall, and actually it can be removed, it's fixed there, and this one can be removed because I received this extra. Okay, and also here the headlights are much bigger in compared to this. Okay, so which car do you prefer? Which is better? I don't know, it depends on your taste. Also, typically I collect only black cars, but this one is something between brown and I don't know, purple, maybe brown purple, something like that, but I don't care too much. It's still so beautiful and so rare that I will keep it in my collection. And very hard to say which one I like better, because also when you compare the wheels here on the Phantom, they are more modern, and you also see that the middle is not turning. On the other side here, this is a little bit more old-fashioned, but still the middle remains in place, so it's not turning, like the whole wheel is not turning, only some parts of that, which is very beautiful. On the Phantom you cannot open the gas door. Actually the same issue here on this mini champ Bentley state limousine. This cannot be opened. Okay, so both cars have plus minus the same features. It's about the same size, and I think this one was like $300. This is $400. So it's up to you. If you are a big fan of diecast models, then maybe you should consider buying this one, but it's super rare. It will be quite difficult to find it, and it's also super expensive. So up to you to consider if you want to pay such an enormous sum of money for something like that. If you can have models, you can have like 4 or 5 quite nice models instead of this one. Okay, so thank you for watching, and it's also time to give it the final rating.